What is up, everyone, and welcome back to even more Total Eclipse. In the previous recording session, we wrapped up the whole terrorist plot arc, and absolutely nothing bad happened afterwards. It was a happy, fun time. We had pretty much had a happily ever after. Everything ended just wonderfully. Not gonna lie, I don't remember exactly where we're picking up at. Because we wrapped up the whole terrorist plot thing. Their plan was foiled. Then, you know, absolutely nothing bad happened after that. The TSFs are like in Heine Man's personal hangar. I remember something about that. Yuya was taught, like, Heine Man's locked up in his office for whatever reason, and Yuya's trying to get to him. There's like this theory that the U.S. gave Heine Man to the Russians as like some kind of like, peace offering in the wake of the whole, what was it called, Red Shift, something like that. It was something like that. In the wake of that becoming public, not necessarily public knowledge. No, like within Yukon, it's known, but it's not. It's not something that's known outside of Yukon. God. I'm struggling to remember the exact details of what went down last time. You know, not gonna lie, I don't know exactly what's... Because, yeah, I know that we got Dogalu right now who's being heavily interrogated by people because of his connections to the terrorist organization. The fact that he had, these long drawn-out conversations with one of the main people. Some kind of intelligence agency is trying to get a hold of Yuya to try to, spy on his homies. I don't know where I'm picking up, though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sitting here trying to rack my brains, but I'm like, I don't know exactly where I'm picking up. So I guess without further ado, let's jump into it, and hopefully I can remember.
ロック解除ガントリー解放
コマンドポストよりイーダル1ガントリー解放は継続中解放後は誘導員の指示に従い規定位置まで移動せよイーダル1まもなく第一滑走路に入ります、コマンドポストよりイーダル1カタパルトコマンドポストよりイーダル1テスト終了直ちに起動せよ
Yeah, there's the new Russian TSF. They of course did some kind of brainwashing thing with the twins. Yuya tried to approach Sandek and be like, can I see the twins? Haven't seen them since all the craziness went down. I'd like to see them. And he's like, I can't really let you do that. And then like it showed like some kind of moment where like I think one of them was being like held behind a wall and be like, that's Yuya right there. Do you feel anything for that man? And they're like, oh no, of course not.
機体点検の後、プラン B の試験を開始せよ。
分かった。
期待している。試験開始前には戻る。
The Burka went out for testing? Seriously?
ゆうや遅いぞもう帰ってきちまったよ
Shit. We're the only ones falling behind.
イェルクとかなかなか良さそうな機体だな。
そうかななんかもう典型的な悪役って感じだけどな
How can they be goofing off at a time like this? We've got our backs against the wall, for fuck's sake. Sure, we're going through a rough patch lately, but the fact remains the commies have an operational TSF and we don't. Hey, who's piloting that?
さてな。残念だが誰も見てないぜ。けど。
The TSF might be fully functional, but Cryska and Inia were in no shape to fly last time I saw them. And Captain Sandek told me I shouldn't worry.
ご会長だ
Cryska?
ま、当然といや当然だな。
That's a interesting new fortified suit you got there. A lot of extra pieces on there. Thank God she's okay. Flying the Betacoop must have taken quite a toll on her, but she seems fit enough to handle the ride, and that's a load off my mind.
やろう。顔見たら怒りがこみ上げてきたぜ。よくも私の二番機を。あれ？あのチビがいね。
She's right. There's no sign of Enya anywhere. Maybe she's still in the hospital? Well, it's been a whole week already. Enya did almost OD on drugs and post-hypnotic suggestions. It's not unthinkable for her to still be feeling the side effects. She's gonna need plenty of rest, even after she regains consciousness. Not she'll fly TSF anytime soon. So that explains why Cryska's looking so down in the dumps. She's so attached to Enya, it's hard to think she's not feeling a lot of that pain herself. Like she's walking around as half a person. Still, I hope those tests went well. Cryska's had her share of issues in the past, and her confidence issues resurfacing at a time when she's not in top form could spell disaster. Selects can't be there to lend her an ear. I have to trust she's strong enough to deal with her own issues herself.
確かあのチビ、最後は意識を失ったんだっけ？
She did.
あれから1週間か。
I don't think there's anything to worry about. Captain Sandek told us as much, and you're just gonna take him at his word. You're just gonna trust that guy? Sandek of all people? Yeah, okay, Hobby.
バカじゃねえの？私があいつらのこと心配するか？それは運命だろ、ゆうや。
アルゴス試験招待に伝達。アルゴス試験招待は人400
Uh-oh.
C108 ブリーフィングルームに集
That
合
doesn't
する。
sound good.
繰り返す。
なんだ？ようステラ、一体何が始まるんだ？
さあ、私にもわからないわ。
あれ、ニーラムちゃんがいねえな。おお、呼び出した本人が遅刻とはどういう？
隊長。
Hell yeah.
敬礼。
本日より部隊に復帰する。皆には心配をかけてな。
よかった。疑いは晴れたんですね。
当たり前だろ。隊長がテロに加担するわけねえんだよ。
私が留守中の状況についてはラーヌナンド軍曹ブレーメル少尉から説明を受けた。各種資料も目を通し把握した。だいぶ苦労をしているようだな。
そりゃやっぱり隊長がいないと。
貴様たち、
ええ
何をほうけて。貴様たちにとって XFJ 計画とは
Get their ass.
その程度のものか。世界各国の最前線からよりすぐられた兵士、優秀であったがゆえに後方の開発部隊に派遣された兵士、貴様たち遠い空の下で命を懸ける仲間たちに誓った思いを忘れたのか。この基地がテロの標的となり、向こうの民が数千人規模で犠牲になった。それを見せられてもなお XFJ 計画の遅延はそのまま日本帝国の負担に直結する。そんな低たらくで高村中尉に顔向けできるのか。アルコス試験小隊はこの基地で唯一の多国籍部隊だ。我々の団結がまやかしでないのに XFJ 計画の推進は自国を救うのと同じであり、決して他人事などではないはずだ。
もちろんそれはそう思ってますよ。けど
Homie taking excuses.
ソ連はすでに試験を再開した。統一中華戦線も明日には再開するということだ。貴重なガントリーを占有してかかしのように突っ立っているアクティブイーグル、あれは何だ。ジアコーザ少尉、ブレーメル少尉。
それは試験の許可が。
首相なことだな。こういう時だけおとなしいとはどういうことだ。命令や許可がなければ何もできない。
Since when have you ever
ことを言
needed
うな。
orders or permission? Get their ass, Doglu.
貴様らがそんな玉か。命令を都合のいいように解釈し上官を悩ませてきたくせにもっとマシな言い訳はないのか。 ああ、ブリッジス少尉、相変わらず貴様は自分のことだけか。ん？お得意の理にかなった命令違反ってやつをどうして教えてやらん。それでも貴様は今回のことで随分と成長したな。チェルミナートルを倒したことであのスカーレットツインに肩を並べるだけの英士になったと言えよう。その腕が鈍ってもいいのか。何度でも試したくはないのか。高村千代が死んだら死人に足を引っ張られるとは、所詮はアメリカのお坊ちゃん。修羅場に耐性がないと見える。まったく高村千代も悪い時に死んだものだ。貴様にはそれを克服するだけの力は。腕は上がっても心が未熟だ。優れた英士になりたければ注意のことなどさっさと忘れて鍛錬しろ。
Get their ass.
それが一番の供養となるだろう。
Cut the bullshit. Oh, Yuya. Ho ho. Oh. Oh, it's getting spicy.
貴様は何に腹を立てているんだ。貴様は優れた英士として一歩成長した。そしてさらに成長するために必要な課題も明らかになった。どこに不満がある。貴様の踏み台になるのなら高村中尉も本望だろう。
That's
貴様がどこに向かい何に寄っているのか私には分からない。それは貴様自身の問題だ。私が求めているのは計画遂行のために必要な貴様にしかない能力を適切に提供すること。貴様そのものを理解してほしければそのように振る舞え。他人に理解を押し付けるな。分かったか。皆にも言っておく。もっともらしい言い訳で自分を納得させて目的が達成されるのかどうか。普段の貴様たちであれば焦りは視野を狭める。つまらんことに足並みは揃えなくていい。隊としての結束を今こそ示せ。
敬礼。
なんつうかさすがは旦那っつうか。
ガツンとぶん殴られた気分だね。
ええ、いちいちもっともで
nope.
反論の余地もないわ。
みっともねえ言い訳しちまったよ。
We've been acting like children. Talking a big game about needing to move forward while spinning our wheels in place.
ゆうや大丈夫か。
Yeah.
隊長はあれでユウヤのことを認めてるんだよ。
Yeah, I know that. What is my goal? How am I going to achieve it? As I am now, I should focus on living life as a surface pilot, rather than trying to reach the highest heights or whatever, except things are never so cut and dried. Lieutenant Colonel Latrova taught me sacrifices are a necessary evil, but I refused to accept that. I didn't want to ever be forced into making such a decision. I wanted to have my cake and eat it. Yui must have felt the same. If she didn't, she would have never joined us in trying to stop Red Shift, risked her life trying to bring down Cryska and Inia, or spared no expense to win the day without taking a single casualty. Even the best laid plans don't always work out. That doesn't mean you don't have to try. That's the lesson I should have taken away from this whole episode. But I didn't. Instead, I became blind to the big picture after losing Yui. In my desperation to find some closure, I deluded myself into believing that wallowing in this familiar sense of pity was helping me move on. Uh-oh, who's approaching? Escapism doesn't help anybody. I need to face reality, or I won't ever get my life back on track. Yui's gone, and she's never coming back.
ブリッジス。
Cryska. It's been a long time.
Ah.
She lost weight? What are you doing here?
邪魔だったか？それなら。
No, not really. That's not what I meant. Wanna sit down?
わかった。ここに来れば貴様に会えるような気がしたんだ。
Find me?
貴様には言っておかねばならないことが。高村中尉のことだ。昨日サンダーク大尉から高村中尉が殉職されたことを聞かされた。
I see.
心から哀悼の意を捧げる。
Thank you. I'm sure Yui would appreciate it too.
ブリッジス、高村中尉はどこに埋葬されたんだ？
No, in the Empire, following her mother's wishes.
そうか。祖国の大地に帰ったのか。
Her homeland will be her final place of rest. I've never really thought about where I want to end up. I have no place to call home, not since Mom died. Too many bad memories there. How's Enya doing? He wasn't particularly forthcoming, but Captain Sandak basically told me there's nothing to worry about.
そうか。タイが。
Cryska?
ああ、すまない。
Hang on.
いや、大丈夫だ。身体には何も問題ない。
Now see, the way you specified that, there's nothing wrong with her physically. Okay. What about mentally? How's she doing upstairs, you know? Physically?
まだ意識が戻っていない。あ、
What's wrong?
これは機密情報だった。サンダーク隊もここまでは貴様に言っていないのだろう。
Well, everyone's being extra careful right now, but yeah, he didn't even hint at it. Don't worry, I'll pretend I didn't hear anything.
頼む。
Still. It's not like I hadn't considered the possibility, but it's a bit of a shock to learn Enya still hasn't woken up. So this is the secret behind the Scarlet Twins, huh? Hypnotize and pump them up full of drugs. Pay no mind if you end up driving one insane and rendering the other comatose. I really do worry about what it's doing to them, physically speaking. So far, only Enya is suffering from side effects, and maybe it's because she's so much smaller than Cryska, but you can never know. What's wrong?
イーニャは大丈夫だ。大丈夫に決まっている。
Shit, okay. Yeah, you're right. She'll be fine. She'll be just fine. What the fuck am I doing? Cryska must be beside herself with worry. What the hell am I thinking bringing Enya up? Gotta keep the conversation light and breezy.
大丈夫だ。イーニャは必ず戻ってくる。大丈夫なんだ。
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's only a matter of time.
ブリッジス。
Yuya's fine.
Huh?
I'm telling you to call me Yuya. Bridge is just way too stiff at this point.
そうか。だが、なぜいきなり。
Inspiration, I guess? That's what you called me back then.
あの時。お願いよ。一緒に守ろうって。ユーヤを守ろうって。
I'm surprised, but I also realize there's no reason we can't be comrades in arms. It's probably not something we should repeat around other people, certainly not in this political climate. But you know, Enya's been calling me Yuya from day one. It works for her, why wouldn't it work for you? Besides, I think she'd like it.
イーニャが喜ぶ？そうだろうか。
Of course I'm right, guaranteed. Well, it's not gonna move her to tears or anything, but I'm sure Enya would at least crack a smile.
そうか。わかった。貴様がそこまで言うのならば、やってみようや。
Yay.
言うや。うん。確かにこちらの方が言いやすい。
Always with the insults. I'm used to it by now.
イーニャがそう呼んでいたので気にはなっていたのだ。確かに発生しやすい。非常に合理的だ。なんだ？
Forget it.
変なやつだな。
Those in glass houses, yeah.
ユーヤが何を言っているのかわからないな。なんだいきなり。
Sorry, my bad. Never mind. She actually needed to have a reason to call me by name. I was right about her bureaucratic mindset for a change. Yui was very much the same, come to think about it. She was embarrassed as hell to say my name out loud, but she kept sneakily doing it when nobody was around. Then I would bring it up, and she'd play dumb, with the world's worst poker face on display. Say, Cryska, how was your time in the Berkut today? Got any good numbers?
なぜそんなことを突然尋ねる?
Well, you came to Yui and me for advice this one time before, right? I was worried you could be stuck in a rut or something like that again.
それは
That's off limits, huh? Wait, don't say it. I didn't read your mind. I predicted your response by looking at your facial expressions. God damn it. Fucking Cryska constantly. Did you read my mind? Are you in my head? God damn. Still, even if Enia's not flying shotgun, you still have a threshold score you need to reach, right?
もちろんだ
So, I realize you're worried about her, and I'm not trying to say that's wrong or anything, but shouldn't you put yourself first for the time being?
私のことなどどうでもいい
See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm sure Captain Sandak didn't tell you could. I think they're missing an extra word there. Pretty sure Captain Sandak didn't tell you could fret over Enia 24/7 and to hell with your numbers.
いやそういうことではそうだな私が間違っていた
You messed up? That's what you really think? Do you really believe you can just pretend not to be worried about Enia and focus only on your tests?
一体何が言いたいんだああ言えばこういうなら私はどうすればいいのだ
Remember our little altercation before Guadalupe? When I told you you're supposed to look after your buddies first and the group or your country later?
ああ覚えている
Well, it's a little late, but I have to admit I was wrong. We're social animals and our very lives contribute to a larger whole. I've been having second thoughts ever after? Been having second thoughts ever since your run-in with those guys from Tsar and Kamchatka, and the recent terrorist attack was the clincher. I mean, look at the terrorists. Their countries collapsed, turning them into refugees overnight. When you think about the short, brutal life that awaited them, it's only natural they banded together to survive. They weren't just fighting for themselves, they were fighting for every refugee out there. Striving for a higher purpose is what gave their lives meaning. Now, it goes without saying I don't approve of their methods, but I also don't think they were crazy or deluding themselves. One bad day is all it would have taken for me to end up like them. Just one bad day.
ゆうやがなぜだ
I'm half Japanese. Because of my ethnicity, I've been discriminated against my entire life. One of the perks of life in the fucking deep south, but I digress.
差別か
So what I'm trying to say is, there's no right answer as to how you should There's no right answer as to how you should live with your life. Want to live for the motherland, the party, and the unit? Hey, be my guest. But even if that really is what life means to you, you've still made a conscious decision to shield Enia from harm, at the expense of your own well-being.
個人的な意思
Haven't you noticed? You're more than capable of putting Enia ahead of everything else, orders included. That's something you need to recognize. So don't think about hitting your numbers simply in terms of complying with your orders. Think about it as you doing your best, for Enia's sake. Orders are orders, sure, but some things, like Enia, are more important. You told me there's no reason for you to exist without Enia, but there's another side to that story. There's no Scarlet Twins without you. Imagine Enia finally wakes up only to find you've been replaced. With how much she cares about you, how do you think she'd feel?
そうかそうだな私はイーニャのためにも頑張るそしてその結果は命令に
That's the spirit. Feeling better now?
あところでユウヤ一つ聞いてもいいか
What?
先ほど言っていた幼少期から受けていた差別というものについてだ
Oh.
グアドループで貴様が日本人と呼ばれることに怒りを示し高村中尉と衝突していた事情は理解できただが差別が起きる理由についてはよくわからないいや以前よりは想像できるのだがそこを
Jeez, this woman. She almost got her brains kicked in at Kamchatka, and that only gave her a better idea? Her memories must have been manipulated somehow. Drugs or post-hypnotic suggestions. Do I have any positive proof? No. But where there's smoke, there's fire.
無理にとは言わん
It's fine. Old story at this point, but this isn't gonna be sunshine and rainbows. You okay with that?
それは初めから期待していないから問題ない。
Yeah, I don't... It's a story about discrimination, my guy. No one expected sunshine and rainbows. I don't know how I feel hearing you say that. Anyway, just where should I start?
そうか。そういうことがあったのか。
So, I've been the only one speaking for a couple minutes now. If you have any questions, just shoot. No need to walk on eggshells around me.
いや、問題ない。理解できた。つまり私は、優也と高村中尉に感謝し、
You do? Why?
優也は私とイーニャを救ってくれた。優也が身を挺して私たちを止めてくれたことは、おぼろげながら記憶にある。もしもそれがなければ、私たちは二人とも命を落としていたか、意識を失い、こうして祖国やイーニャ、自分のことを考えられるのは、優也がいたからだ。感謝する。
Don't mention it.
そして高村中尉がいたから優也は自分を認め私たちのことを気にかけるようになった。相手が中尉だったからこそ優也は衝突を繰り返しても和解できたと私には感じられた。今の優也があるのはそのおかげだろ。
I guess you're right.
加えて言うならあの時中尉も私たちを助けようとしていた。感謝している。この言葉を中尉に直接伝えることができないのは残念。
Your feelings are more than enough.
そろそろタイに戻らなければ。邪魔をしたな。
No, this was a nice distraction. If you ever want to talk, come find me anytime. Practically neighbors these days.
わかった。バイバイ。
Bye bye. What?
違った。またな。
Damn, homegirl hit me with the bye bye. Sure. Cutesy Cryska sure threw me for a loop. Anyway, hopefully this cheers her up a little. At least I feel like I had a breakthrough in the middle of our conversation. So I owe her my thanks, too.